Welcome back to the Like-Minded Investor, investing that makes sense, where we put our facts over our feelings. That's exactly what we do. Facts over feelings. Because our feelings can get in the way, guys. Let's be honest. Feelings can get in the way of relationships, feelings can get in the way of work, and feelings can get in the way of trading and investing in such a large way. You don't even know it. That being said, this is our first time meeting. My name is Kevin McCoy, aka Kevin Vest. I'm the creator of this educational platform of fundamental and technical analysis within the money markets. And with that being said, let's get right into this lesson. What I wanted to hop on and talk about before I continue the journey of where we are taking this. Over and over again, you are going to hear why investing is important. All right. As they print money, money becomes less valuable, which pushes the goods and services that we need to survive and live our normal day life go up. Hence why the grocery market is up 70% of what it was in 2020. Hence why gasoline has doubled in price. It's not because these things cost more to make or produce, it's because the value of the US dollar has gone down. All right. Next, we're going to go over short and long term capital gains, the differences between them and the differences in the taxes. Now, taxes do vary state to state. I am going to generalize it. I am not a financial advisor. Contact yours and or tax guy, tax attorney, CPA, whatever you have in place to get the actual percentage in your situation in your state. Then we are going to move on to one of my favorite things. You will always see when I call out a stock, there's 2 to 3 entries and there's always a potential exit. Not just in the money markets, in real estate, in really in any investment. You hear these people who have been investors in there for decades in that their specific area. They always have an exit plan. They always encourage an exit plan. Getting in blindly, not knowing when to get out, it's kind of ignorant. It's actually very ignorant. All right, moving right along. Now we're coming to flip the money, pay your taxes, and rerun the play. That is what we do as traders and investors. Let's get started into this. We are going to start. This is Tesla. All right, I'm going to give you a little scenario. Now, we get these zones from structure. If you have not seen my videos on price structure, um, price action, I believe, finding structure, go back, look at those videos, and you will see. So I got in down here because of this box right here, and it was also overlaid with a Fibonacci level. We're not going to get into that. So I got in there, I think it was December 26th, and I wrote it up to here. All right. Cashed out with 85% on my money, on my investment. All right. Once we found structure, once this played out, we had this area, we had this area, then it broke this area. And this is actually a support, 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 break of support, came up to retest what once was support and now was resistance. I got in here, ran it up, cashed out 85% on my money. Now we have this zone and we have this zone. I knew we were coming down. I wanted to see where, and I did have a general idea that it was in this gap right here. Sure enough, it was. If we zoom in, it came right to this gap. Now, I believe we are going to come back because we never filled this part of that gap. So I am going to wait for the second entry zone to get in. You can see we tagged the first, okay? We ran up, but I want you to see something here. We have run into resistance. Okay? If we cannot clear this area, we will come back down to this one. not will, potentially come back down to this one. And then potentially my entry is 151 to 144. Okay. Say, for instance, $1,000 here at that price point. I have my entry. Say it comes down here. I enter the market. Well, I now have an exit as well. When it gets there, I can make 92% on my money. Two times, one stock, more than 50% on my money both times. Okay. Not to mention, if we get here, Tesla looks very attractive as far as their books goes, as far as their business goes. And the environment of borrowing money turns up a little bit again. You could ride this bad boy out. You ride it back out to all-time highs, 182% on your money. You go to new all-time highs, even more percent on your money. Now, $1,000, 182% on your money. You say, yeah, but now I got to pay taxes on that. Yes, the second you cash out, every bit of gains in the United States of America is taxed. Every gain. Unless you are structured correctly, you have a very smart CPA and tax attorney. That's for later in life. As of right now, you are a beginner. Your short term capital gains is a 1 year or less hold. Okay. That is taxed at your current tax. So, whatever you're taxed at work or your current tax bracket, that is what a short term tax will be. Long term is 1 year and 1 day. Anything after 1 year and a day is now a long term capital gains tax. And I believe the peak on that is 20%. But again, if you're structured correctly and your people, your tax people know what to do, minimal, minimal. So there's also a tax game you play here, and it all depends on environment. That's the greatest part about knowing the charts is you can gauge the environment at certain levels. Everyone else right now, all they see is Tesla is $218 right now as we speak. $218. Do you know what we see? We see that it hit zone one, went to run up, but hit a wall, so it may come back down. It may actually come down to 182. And if it breaks 182, we may come down to 150-ish. See, we can see these things because we have learned all of this communication, we call it. Okay, these charts speak to you. They have a language of themselves. This is literally cheat code. And I love it. I'm in love with it. And I just want to teach everybody it. Everyone deserves to have this skill and be able to do what these institutions have been doing to the average trader, the average investor, the hardworking person has been missing out on for a very long time. I'm here to change all of that. Not change it, but be a part in the movement, financial movement, and financial literacy that's making its way to the middle class American as we speak. I want to be a part of that. That is why I started this whole thing. And then once you cash out, you pay your taxes. You always, the second you cash out, you put 30%. Some people do 35%. 30% instantly of that money goes in a separate account. That way you do that over and over and over. Tax season comes, you don't have to worry about nothing. Nothing. Right? I hope this video made tons of sense. Oh, after that, then you just flip and rerun the play. That's it. That's it. Cash out, pay your taxes, flip and rerun the play. Not all stocks move the same, so you're gonna have multiple opportunities at any given day. People get hung up on staying in something for life. And although that is a great way of doing it, it only becomes generational wealth when it's a massive amount that you are accumulating. If you're buying $10,000 here and there and here and there, it's not generational wealth. You have to flip that, grow that, preserve it. Then you're able in the future to make those purchases for the generational wealth grown. Guys, if this helped you at all, if this clicked, if this gave you value, please like, comment, and subscribe. And even more so, if you know somebody looking to get into a new industry, this isn't an industry, but this is a very, very important skill set. The last 50 years, you had to be a professional to do this. You had to be qualified. You had to have $300,000 in cash to even leverage trade. I think it was $300,000 just 10 short years ago. Now, the average person can do all of this with whatever money you have. Some exchanges have minimums, $2,000 minimum. Some of them have no minimums. You can place money in here, allow it to grow as they take value away from our cash by printing more. The cash you put into these companies grows. Cash out your profit, pay your taxes, flip, and rerun the play. I hope this made sense. I hope it gave you value. And I hope you share with somebody looking to get into something new. And this video at least pulls them, if not to me, to everyone else. And learn, learn, learn. Until the next video, guys, God bless.